The last 2 weeks, the scoreboards look pretty good, but the inconsistencies are still there. Obviously, the Jets game was a little bit cleaner, but against the Niners, we looked really bad. Could even be our worst game of the season. Even with the win, the defense absolutely carried us in that one. And obviously, the offense, especially Drake May, has struggled a bit. 7 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, I believe, for Mr. Drake May, 901 yards. Not the worst on paper, but when you compare that to last year, where I believe that actually might be his exact interception totals on the year, it's actually more than, it's going to look a little concerning. The passer rating's worse, the completion percentage is a little bit worse, and obviously, as that volume goes up, the completion percentage usually goes down. The sack totals are up. Everything is pretty much up, except for the yards per attempt. So far, we are definitely struggling more than previous years, and our health has been pretty solid. There's not really much of an excuse there. It's really been the offensive line has struggled, some decision-making with us with Drake May, and I can't even say it's been the difficulty of schedule. Is really, outside of week 1 against the Chiefs, this is a pretty favorable schedule so far, as now we're about to head on to the LA Rams and then the Buffalo Bills, where things are only going to get more challenging. Got to find our footing. We got to find our identity. We run the ball well one week, we're terrible the next week. And like we talk about with the Rams, another undefeated team coming in here. We're, of course, at home this time for the primetime game. We have a press conference moment as well. Did not want to see the schedule. I wanted to see the awards. So you got Player of the Week. It wasn't us, but you know us. If it's not us, we usually love to give one up. This time didn't, though, as the quarterbacks are going to be your Players of the Week. Mahomes and McCarthy, 4 touchdowns, and then 5 touchdowns left to right. Bland, 1 pick, 1 forced fumble, 2 recoveries, and a touchdown with 7 tackles versus Peyton Wilson's 3 touchdowns and 2 picks, which for a linebacker is very good. Nothing for us, but hey, silver lining, we also didn't give one up. Let's take a look at the roster, as maybe you just haven't been around, which, come on, dude. Like, really? Where have you actually been this entire time? I'm wondering, if things continue to struggle, do you move the lineup around a little bit? Maybe does Polk go back to the wide receiver 1? You free up Patton on the number 2 corner, which isn't always the case. Oh, great. If I didn't need more distractions, more reasons to suck. This damn spider on the ceiling. Gonna have to kill him. I mean, we don't murder around here. Although we are the Patriots, so we know those types of people. Offensive line, they look good on paper, but they have definitely not played super well. Receivers, they're all great. We just haven't really had the time to throw to them. We do need to be a little more decisive when throwing the ball, but at the same time, we've also had those moments where we've been decisive and it's still led to a pick. Stevenson, when he's on, he's amazing. Brooks, got to get him the ball a little bit more as an X factor, but still, it's just not even close. That Stevenson is clear-cut the better player. When blocks are there, sure, Brooks is the better guy because he's faster, but the abilities that Stevenson has, it just makes him so hard to tackle, and he's just so good at gaining extra yardage. You look at the defensive side of the ball, and we've been good here. Pass rush is still kind of struggling, but the blitzes have been great. The coverage has been pretty solid overall, and we've been a little more opportunistic as the weeks go by, so I don't really worry too much about this team. It's just about the decision-making and getting that offensive rhythm going. Let's take a look at the injuries of potentially the Rams. I don't know who they got, but we obviously have Azeez Ojulari, which means Uche is coming in, who's also injury-prone. This entire D-line is injury-prone, and then, of course, the Rams are completely healthy. We have a media availability press conference. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. It's going to be about the game being between 2 undefeated teams, or is this going to be about something else? Good to see you. Okay, sure. We're 5 weeks in. Oh, I guess she's just a calendar. She just, okay. I was about to say, she's just telling us, hey, we're 5 weeks in. See you later. Do you know, I mean, I suppose, I'm not going to, like I should have said not yet, but that would have been bad morale automatically, I think. How many wins do you think this team could finish with? Oh, I mean, we're 4-0 already. At least 10. I'm going to go high, though. I'm going to go 12 to 14 wins. We've been pretty consistent to hit those marks pretty easily, so with a floor of 12, I think we should easily hit 11. 12 should be doable. We also only get 4,500 XP and 7 staff points if we're right. So if we would have been lower than that, would they have given us like a sticker and a pat on the back? Regardless, let's take a look at this Rams team. They're not the highest in overall, but they are undefeated. So something's got to be going well over there as they have X-Factor quarterback Chris McCain. Chris McCain looking good. Got ourselves a little bit of a Super Bowl rematch going on here. Kyron Williams, he's actually gotten slower, unbelievably. I didn't even think that was possible. I'm pretty sure he was 86 speed before. Nakua, obviously great wide receiver 1. Wan'Dale Robinson, solid wide receiver 2, but really more of a slot. Tyler Scott, not a bad number 2, but he's playing the 3. And then Clyde Smith, their rookie, is also 5'9". This team loves short players. Outside of Nakua, their tallest wide receiver is 5'11", dropping down to 5'9", and then 2 guys at 5'8". What are they doing? Michael Mayer, solid guy. He was unbelievable in the Super Bowl. Very hard to catch him. And then we look at the left tackle spot. Brandon Coleman looks good. Left guard's okay, but he's young and huge. Steve Avila is a solid center. Darren Cobb is a great right guard. And then Wills is a serviceable right tackle. Fisk is a good pass rushing left end. Kobe Turner, very good pass rushing right end. Henry Ross, an unbelievable across-the-board defensive tackle who's supposed to be a nose tackle at 285. Jared Verse, really good edge rusher. Ernest Jones and Cedric Gray, kind of similar style middle linebackers there. And then Byron Young on the outside linebacker spot, very fast, a little raw though. Cornerbacks, Michael Carter, Taj Pickens, and Emmanuel Forbes. Taj Pickens not really developing super well here for them, but of course Michael Carter, solid player, more of a slot corner, actually one of the best slots in the league, so maybe should be moving him there. Jabril Peppers is their new free safety 1. Not saying I have any animosity towards him, but it would be nice to have a big game against him specifically, just because he is on the slower side, similar to Cameron Curl. I think these safeties are definitely vulnerable for this defense. Kickers, not the strongest. 87 and 91 kick power is definitely not going to get too many deep looks in there. So yeah, definitely got to be thinking about that as well when, playing, game planning for defense. Hey, if you're at the 45-yard line, you can, give up another 10 almost and still might not be able to hit that field goal. As far as their offense goes, though, the numbers look great. I do think the short pass is our problem. Couldn't stop Michael Mayer a lick. Nakua maybe a little bit more intermediate, but he was also killing us in the short game. And then their defense looks great too. So I don't know what I want to do with this one. I think run outside, run it towards Byron Young, and you might have yourself a good day. Still going to be our focus as we have 2 offensive linemen on there, which has been obviously a problem. Onwenu is one of the biggest problems, but the big thing with that is I can't really develop him. He's already, maxed out. He's super old, and he's only going to be going down, if anything, not up. For our only upgrade, we actually do have Warmack, who's going to get to 80 overall, meaning he does get another ability slot. Not that he really needs it. 1-man, 2-to-zone, which puts him at 78 zone, 65 man coverage. Maybe I would have went past or block shedding if not for his potential to get to 80 for another ability slot here. But even then, I do think that might be one of his biggest issues, because if we can get 1 or 2 of these linebackers to be really well and good on their own, that frees up the user so much for the slot corners, which usually have a lot of issues, maybe the D-line, because we don't really get much pass rush. But as far as those abilities go, he gets unfakeable, which for a linebacker, it's not the worst thing to get. I'd probably rather have, outmatched, or I suppose form tackler would be decent, but for the option, it's not the worst either. Felt like this would have been a little bit better of a game to start the season out on, but obviously the Chiefs, really good team, and it was a close one regardless. This Rams versus Patriots Super Bowl rematch could be, once again, a preview of what is to come. The Rams starting off 4-0 just like us, looking strong as ever, and their roster looks pretty good. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of weaknesses. They have a really good edge rusher. They have a really good interior. They have a really good wide receiver. They have a solid running back. They have a really good QB. Their O-line's good. They're kind of lacking in the secondary a bit, but if you have a good pass rush, which they seemingly do, that can obviously make all the difference in kind of masking those issues. You have decent press, or at least, get up on the guy a little bit. That pass rush can do just enough to make the quarterback hesitate and maybe get sacked, maybe throw a pick anyways. Who knows? But one thing that's for sure is we're probably going to be kicking off to start the game as we do. Nothing there is going to change. It's kind of our good luck, if you will, as we are going to be kicking this thing off deep. Sly, the strong-legged kicker as he always is. Really good move there by Isaiah Simmons. Isn't going to be the guy to bring him down, but we will still bring them down short of the 30-yard line, which is a win for the special teams early on. McCain, He looked pretty damn good in the Super Bowl, as he is looking pretty good to start this season as well. More yards than Drake May, more touchdowns, less interceptions. They're a quick pass team, which probably works really well against the blitz, but at the same time, I kind of want to establish something a little early. Try to get in there if we can, and we're going to bring the heat. And to start the game, Beasley, like he usually does, gets the sack. I don't know what the hell McCain's tapping his helmet at. Yeah, he's, look at the replay, buddy. You remember that? You get hit in the head, you forget about something there? Taunting while getting sacked is definitely a wild one, as he did not know it hit him, as these linebackers can really shoot out like a cannon, which if Beasley keeps making plays like that, it's going to make me shoot out of my pants suit. To wear something more casual. To the outside on an inside run. Busting it second level. 9 yards for Kyron Williams, setting up a 3rd and 11. Some decent blocking there. Of course, real big mismatch for a moment there. Taron Johnson going against Nakua. And that's going to be great coverage with Dial against Nakua. Quick throw from McCain, which is weird because unless the base got there, we actually pulled off the blitzer last second, because I wanted to try and cover that seam and didn't have to worry about it at all, as Dial all over it. Playing really well to start this season. I mean, there's a reason why we brought him back. He is a really good slot corner, as Allen's going to get a nice chance to return this thing. Spin move inside works, and that's a big return to the 44-yard line. Drake May, the guy with all the tools, all the talent, all the surrounding talent, but yet has still struggled early on in this season. 7 touchdowns, 4 picks, 901 yards. Sure, it's not the worst thing in the world, but with a guy that's used to better and he is capable of better, it sure is a little disappointing. Fortunately, though, even though there has been accuracy issues, a lot of it is decision-making, which you can definitely fix, as we're going to get a quick throw out to Faulkner, who gets about 5 of those, maybe 6 of those yards early on. Much as we want to go, deep looks and all that, take what the defense is giving you, throw the ball out quick, set something up, as Stevenson will get a first down on that run for about 5. Got the read option. Let's see how Byron Young plays it. And I kind of could tell that he was holding off, but a little part of me thought he was going to jump inside. Nope, pretty good play there on the edge, and you lose 2. And this is also another thing that kind of does get us in trouble. You got 2nd and 12. You can't really run the ball anymore. This is not what I wanted at all. I wanted him just to flip sides, still in the backfield, but I guess not. See if they're going to be coming at us, which they sort of will. And that pitch is not what I wanted, but the offensive lineman still catches it. Blackwell's going to gain 10. They're going to register that as a 10-yard run. I wanted to pitch that out to Stevenson, as I felt like Stevenson's out to the left. He's got a good chance to turn that into something big, but instead works out to the lineman. A lot of space, good play. Inside handoff, Stevenson on 3rd and 2. And we get just about that. I mean, that was a 3-yard gain. He got 4 extra yards from Blackwell. Obviously, we would never ran the ball anyways, but that is a 4th down situation, if not for the offensive lineman making a play and falling forward. What a play there. I'm going to throw that inside to Polk. Not a perfect throw, but it's a good one to about the 26-yard line for 9. Corner strike, I will admit, we usually get ourselves forcing into a... just into coverage. Really not an open look most of the time. Stevenson, though, is going to get that open look. Good job by Polk to kind of drag that linebacker out to the 16 on a first down. Sort of taking what we're getting us. I mean, we are taking a little long to make these reads, but so far the line's done just enough. And that's going to be a tough one, but Stevenson will hold on. Perfect throw under duress for a first down to Faulkner. This time, what is it going to be pitching the ball? I also think this time we're not going to be running the ball. I actually would love to audible this to a sweep, but all we have is the fake. Douglas, he's open, hit the throw. Perfect throw, Drake May. And we will be on the board first with a touchdown. Blocking, it's been a little shaky, but for the most part, especially against a good D-line like this, they've definitely given us a lot of time. For the most part. Once again, there's been some moments, but Drake May's handled it well. Douglas, he's going to be so hard to cover, drag, and that was, I believe, Byron Young chasing him one-on-one. Bit of a late hit there, but as fast as Young is, he's not as shifty as a slot receiver, and that will be always a mismatch. Really good drive after making the stop. Me dropping Warmack back, stepping up. Behind the defense, though, is going to be a wide-open Wan'Dale Robinson, I believe, for 24. Manned up. Taron Johnson taking a little bit of time to get over there, but he'll get there. Little pump fake action. Gamble's going to be out there. Really good blocking. Good tackle there by Uche, but still a massive gain of 6. Last week, Kyron Williams, not his best performance, but still did end up in the end zone. Probably will do the same here today. Dial against Nakua. Been putting a lot of pressure on him. And there's Rudd. Oh, my. Over the middle. Wide open. Down to the 10-yard line. Another huge play to Tyler Scott this time. Bringing the blitz. Got to watch out for that cutback or the counter, whatever happens first. And it will not be the case. Can't get over there. He gets a nice little initial block, but enough bodies get in there to stop the run. Pretty much dead. 3 tight ends in on this play. I usually hate the off tackle type of run. Didn't run it this time. Back of the end zone. That's going to be a coverage sack. Uche and Cobb in there for that one. It'll be the end of the first quarter on top of it, with the Rams facing a tough to convert for the touchdown. 3rd and goal from the 15. Feel like you probably play the smart thing here and just drop into some coverage. Obviously, early on, that sack set that thing up pretty nicely. They do have a nice drive this time, but still going to be likely facing a field goal look with 15 yards to gain. Call me crazy. Call me, too conservative, but I think this is the call. It's even QB contained. Make the quarterback make a read. And he's going to run. He's going to get half of it, but that's not going to be much. I think the conservative call was the right call, and we will be forcing the field goal. Sometimes you get a little too cute. We end up running cover 3, and, a quick shot to the slot is there, and we block the kick. Unfortunately, no one's going to be in there for free. Their lineman's going to recover it, and it's going to be all the way back to the 22-yard line. 0 points for the Rams, as even the special teams is getting involved. Taron Johnson, a little early there, caught it with his elbow. Drake May today, 5 for 5, 41 yards and a touchdown. They haven't been clean. But Drake May has done everything asked of him, the best of his ability, based on what he's getting from his team. And we have the ball, in points first, with ball right now. Stretch look. Stevenson bouncing that out for about 11. Big run. Great vision. If you've noticed, we've been trying to run away from those superstars all day long. So far, it's worked out pretty well. Stevenson, another gain of about 15. Going to actually look for a pass here. Kind of like the way they're lined up here. And we're in some trouble. We'll still deliver that, though. And Douglas will catch it. Not for much. About 4. Actually better than I thought. It's going to be about 1 or 2. But 4 yards. Good composure. The Rams here are not actually a slow team at all. Kind of getting off the line slow here, though, as we're going to run it inside again. Stevenson, this time, kind of caught up by his own guy and loses a little bit of yards compared to what he could have had. Probably been a 3rd and 2. Fought too hard, lost ground. And now we have an injury where Stevenson is injured. And personally, I think what better play to run than a screen pass to the backup running back the moment your star gets injured. And he's going to be out there for a huge gainer. Juke move doesn't really work. Bounces off of a tackler to the 36. Big first down. Don't get me wrong. I trust both backs. I just know who the better one is. And it's the one that is not in right now. Sorry to be honest with you. As Brooks gains about 4 on that cutback. Turf toe for Stevenson. Sidelines him for the rest of this game. Potentially more. It's an injury that obviously is week to week. And you just never know. It could be a month. Could be a week. Could be 1 day. We'll obviously have to see how he feels going into next week. And unfortunately, after a really good run with a juke move on top of it, it'll be coming back with a holding penalty. Those blocks were some of the best we've seen in, honestly, seasons. So, doesn't surprise me. Really didn't like the play call, so we call a timeout. And we got ourselves a little bit better of a play. It's play action. I don't know if play action can really work. Can't even get it off to Brooks. That time the line was the worst it's ever been. Looking at stick here, try to set something up. I don't know if I really believe in the run. Got a couple of guys up. It's going to be a tough one. Douglas catches it, gains about 3. I don't know if that's going to be enough for a field goal, but we're going to try it. From 56, Sly, I'm so sorry that we're not making it easier on you this year, but you know what it is. As he's going to just not care and hit it perfectly. We're up 10-0, 4 minutes in the second. Beautiful. The Rams struggling early, especially on offense, but they're still absolutely in it. 3 minutes left. They could have the final drive. It'll be a 3-point game at halftime, Quick throw to the outside. One-handed. Simpson, and not going to be able to bring him down. Felt, with the help there, take this strip attempt as you're pretty much getting the first down on that play anyways. But if you force that fumble, that could be a game-changing moment. And we're playing shallow, and good job by the quarterback to roll that out. Thought we were going to sack him, but no, you got away. Good coverage. Coverage definitely caught caused that one. Beasley against the running back. Inside look. Dropped by Nakua. Gonzalez, no, Scott. Gonzalez all over that, forcing a 3rd and 10. All right, 0. We're bringing everybody. We're bringing Collins late, though. And that can be picked. It will be. Dial is in his bag. Oh, my Lord. Nakua cannot do a thing against Dial. Maybe if he throws this to the end zone, it's something, but with the blitz, he threw that thing direct. Never really a chance. Uche looking pretty good so far this game, and that is going to be intercepted. They've given us some pretty good field position as well, so we don't even need to throw it, only if we want to. I mean, they're going to give me Polk. I'm going to take Polk. Polk gets about 9, even better than the first down. Kind of up to the line. I don't hate a go-for look. I mean, they're going to be bringing... I'm going to go slant because they're going to be bringing that corner over on Patton. We'll go to Brooks, who, wow, secures the catch. Really tough one, too. Probably had the slant as well. I'm going to run the ball. They're giving us a lot of room on this inside. And maybe we hesitated too hard. Call a timeout, only 2. Outside look, Douglas. It's actually going to be Patton. The safety's not there. Peppers is burned, and Patton's going to score a touchdown. Jabril Peppers definitely a bit past his prime and gets beat by his former team. I mean, the safety is just not there at all for the pass-off. I mean, that throw didn't even need to be perfect. I mean, it was a good throw, and, you know, maybe if it was a little worse, Peppers has a chance. But, yeah, that was just too easy to see. Yeah, I mean, this is really just not good coverage by Peppers at all. I mean, who is he covering? As soon as you see Douglas go out like that, you just run because there's no one else to go to. Even if it's a post inside, I mean, you're in position. Amazing start for the team here. It is 17-0. But the Rams from the 44-yard line are still obviously giving it a go. We contacted the running back a lot on that play. Thankfully, they didn't call anything because it was kind of incidental. Bringing the DB off the backside, see if they even see it. Underneath, he's going to get destroyed. Didn't need to get there as McKenzie's on him. 3rd and 10. They're kind of getting cooked right now. Keep up the pressure. Dial. Left him for a second, but that's fine. I'm not even trying to say that we baited that. I just felt like the inside needed more help, and the tight end there is not really the most athletic. We got away with it. It's going to be a punt. Maybe we should have went for the block, as it's probably going to be a pretty decent punt no matter what. To the 16. Could have been better, but could have been worse. Stevenson's also back. Don't know if that's true. Try to set something up on the sideline, but also don't want to do too much as we're up by a lot. That's pretty good coverage, but... Ooh, Patton, or a Polk anyways, drops it. I was about to say that's pretty good coverage, but we'll still take the shot. They covered that really well. Couldn't throw it to Polk. I do not know how that ball perfectly spiraled like that, but it did. And here we are giving the Rams a chance as... we try to get something going. Let's throw the ball. Them wasting one timeout when they have 2 doesn't really do a lot for me. I was just going to throw that shot. High point it, and this pass rush, this offensive line really just struggled. You don't really see Hunter highlights, but you'll realize why you don't, because we're so good at it. I don't even know what that means. Dial blasts some huge hit, but to the 35, they once again have another shot. Dial is up. See if we can dial the blitz. Short out. Pretty good look. First down to the 50 pretty much. Not our best work. Once again, kind of just covering the inside, making sure they don't get something big over the middle. And over the middle, we'll take that every day of the week. Still a decent gainer, though, with the timeout. Could set up a field goal. Still keeping it pretty deep for now. Don't want to give up a touchdown. Field goal doesn't really end the world to us. Over the middle, not going to get there, and that throw is going to be bad, but Kyron's going to turn it into a massive gain and gets out of bounds. That missed tackle in the open field is not only the difference between points, but maybe even a touchdown for all we know. That is a horrible tackle. I don't know who it was. Was it Warmack? Tell me it was at least a DB. Pretty good coverage. Out there, not going to get there, and that ball is going to be another first down. From the 20, I'm going to go 0 here. I really think that our coverage is going to give it to him anyways. Got to at least force something bad here. And that ball's behind him. Could have been picked by McKenzie. And then now we don't bring the blitz because we're like, hey, now he's got to think about, is the blitz coming? That'll slow him down just enough, hopefully. Over the middle. That should just about end the half. Got the DBs out again. Make them make a mistake. They want to give one more shot. And that quarterback is going to throw it away smartly. Field goal to end the half. Considering the way we were playing, that could have been so much worse. Also, we did block one field goal before. Let's try another. Could you believe Johnson doing it again? Not going to get it this time. That will be good. Believe it or not, the first Rams kickoff to do the first half, to finish the first half, really. Allen on the return, might as well. Spin move did not work that time. Couldn't even get to the 20. Oof. Tiny bit of momentum for the Rams in the second half, but obviously at the 17-3 with ball, we're still looking really good, really confident. Stevenson might be injured, but Brooks has obviously had significant time played last season near the end of the year. We're absolutely in capable hands here. The Bills winning by 21 against the Seahawks. The Dolphins winning by 21 against the Jets. And then I cannot see the... Oh, that's the Jets. Against the Jets. Fair enough. The Dolphins win. Jets on a 2-game losing streak, by the way. Some other close games. The Vikings winning by 1 against the Lions. Giants over the Cardinals by 3. What a crap game that was. Chiefs losing by 3 to the Jags. The Titans winning 45-10 over the Colts. Niners 45-13 over the Falcons, which I think does kind of reiterate how good they were, especially how they played against us in week 2, I believe it was. Week 3, actually. So definitely a solid-looking team if they can do that against another NFL team. Makes you feel pretty good. Obviously, this game, I would maybe like a little bit more efficiency in the pass game, but overall, the team has been great. Still going to run outside, I think. Brooks is obviously the back, and then continue to short defend. And here we go on the kick return. Harper going to get a chance. Allen wasn't very good at the end of the first half there, as Harper finds a little bit of room to the 34. One question could be asked, though. Are the glory days of Stevenson over? The man has been injured a lot. Inside, good throw to Patton, who gets blasted for 16. Trap play. They got a pretty good defensive tackle here. Got a couple of linebackers up, but I like our blocking. As Brooks bounces and falls backwards, a.k.a. forward for 4. Inside handoff. We had something crazy. This play didn't work for us last time, but I really like Faulkner on this. And that is a pretty good throw. Dot! To Douglas. More of a dime, if you will, but oh my. To the moon and beyond. Just a perfect vision play and a better execution. You can't ask for a better ball than that. It can't be better than that. Any worse and that's picked. Genuinely, what a play that was. Oh my. Douglas on the sweep. Can't spin. I just don't know why that play even exists. Doesn't matter what the defense calls. That is a dead play like every time. Curl route, Polk. Oh, it's a perfect throw. Oh, and Polk slips the tackle. He's going to be into the end zone. Celebrating for the touchdown. A little bit of a salty late hit tackle. And we're going to put up another 7. Perfect throw. Great slip off. Polk does the rest. Once again, it's not all about speed, baby. Here we go, 3rd and 8 from the 44-yard line. Blitzing Beasley. And we miss. Do we force it? We do force it enough, and the ball's not even caught. And now Rudd is injured with an elbow injury. Do we even have another edge rusher here? It's Middleton's time. Going for the block. This team is killing right now. Drake May is having the game of his life. Oh, that's a bad decision by us. I will say it was so close to being blocked. Was it roughing, though? I know it was like running potentially into him, but was it actually roughing? They're going to give him a full first down. Wow. Elbow sprain for Rudd. I mean, at this point, you kind of have to, right? Maybe it was just stupid. I mean, he doesn't even go down, dude. Bit of a harsh one if you ask me. We got both DBs in the zone, mind you. Oh, there's no way. Huge hit by Gonzalez. Love the athleticism there. The grit, even. I mean, we got 2 guys in the zone. I mean, should the outside not be, like, locked up? Read option, can't get there. It's Gamble. Great tackle, gains nothing. I mean, call me crazy if you want, but I personally think you take advantage of 2 cornerbacks being in the zone at the same time. And unfortunately, oh, God. Fortunately, it's going to be one of the non-in-the-zone guys getting beat. Still in the zone, though. You can definitely still try to press. Inside shade press. You usually don't run those outside routes. And that's going to be picked off by Gonzalez. I don't know what he's thinking. Going to have to return it because of the momentum. Cut that back inside to get the block from the running back. We get damn near the 20 anyways. That's too easy. He's been throwing these like flat streak throws when the guy's all over him all day long. Not really sure why, but keep him coming, I suppose, as we're up 21 points with ball. As Brooks maybe didn't need the cut. Might have been a touchdown. And hurry up to the line. See if we can throw something else, though. Polk on that kind of zig. Oh, he's on the ground. Polk, please. Okay, that's good enough. Good job for 13-14. If we threw a little earlier, maybe something else could happen. Let's go streak with Faulkner. We're getting a little confident on offense. Maybe all for the worst. Good catch. Patton catches it and runs with it. Rams defense is in hell. We can do no wrong. They can do no right. Can we get this back left? Thank you. Oh, there goes Brooks. Gain of about 8. And tell me this play action isn't the hardest thing in the world to come off of. I might even take this one-on-one if it is. I mean, you gotta. Good job by Peppers. End of the third quarter, 24-3. That shot play is probably pretty ill-advised, but I like our shot there. Feel like the odds weren't terrible. Got a 6'3" guy against, you know, kind of a past his prime 5'11". As, wow, oof. That is a big boy play by Kobe Turner, and that will be a field goal. They're going to say to go for this. I don't know where they see that. We hit a 56-yarder earlier today. 51 should be a chip shot comparatively. A little bit of wind. That should be good if we hit it. Looks pretty good to me. Don't go full power. Just want to make sure that gets in there. That'll be another amazing kick by Sly so far. This year he has been unbelievable. 3rd and 4, the corners are still technically in the zone. Pressing them even when it's zone is kind of crazy. Oh my, that is incidental PI by us, but no call because it was under 5. Gonna get switched off to the wrong guy, realized it, decided to recover, couldn't do it. One guy out of the zone, another guy in still. Ooh, I thought we had that over the middle. Unbelievable. Why is McKenzie not out there? It gets a blast on him, though. Mayer has been great. I've also not thought that was a white guy this whole time. Man has got to get out the tanning booth. He is just in there all day, every day, huh? As that'll be a sack by Uche. I think no matter how you want to look at it, Uche has absolutely earned his starting role back. There's just not much more that can be said. Warmack's been playing edge, huh? Is that what we're doing today? Good move. And overthrown. Pressure by Warmack, I think. I don't know if that actually is the case, but hey, let's keep it up. Warmack, maybe he's the secret weapon. It's great coverage. Oh, not him, though. And Dial would have had number 2. Oh, you got to catch that. Nakua has been in hell. You know what we got to do? We got to midi him up. It's midi time. Drag routes. Oh, no. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Better throw, and that's a touchdown. I mean, the game's basically over, but I still kind of want to see it out, especially with Warmack on the edge. It's kind of maybe opening my eyes a little bit, and that's going to be a false start. Oh, they're going to say encroachment. I didn't even realize our guy jumped off at all. Uche can do that. He's killed it all day. All right, but now, officially, it's going to be Middleton. See if Middleton's got something. Not really going to be there. One hit! Warmack back in linebacker. What does he do? And he's got speed! He could take it! And he will! What a play! Into the end zone for the dagger. Wow, what a hit on Kyron Williams. Wow, this was a statement game. Wow, I mean, this is the same team that we just barely beat in the Super Bowl. I mean, that was a really tough game, and here we are with a perfect performance. And they do get a touchdown drive, but I really want to just come out on offense, and they're going to go with an onside kick down freaking 24. They need these points bad, huh? Really good recovery by Mike Williams, who has one of the worst juke moves in the world. Not even going to try it. But yeah, I wanted to come out with Falk. Maybe see what some of these backups can do. Bates, Henderson. Really good blocking, though, by Brooks. I don't know how the hell he holds on to that ball. 2-minute warning. Option play. Probably not the best-looking play in the world. Hey, Falk's actually got some room. Look at Falk go. Sliding for a first down to the 30. Give him a chance on that crosser. It's pretty good coverage, and that ball is overthrown. They tackle the hell out of him, though. Henderson one-on-one look if they give it to us. They do. Oh, Henderson. That is not a good juke, unfortunately. Not exactly quite Patton. Not quite. I could just run this out, but I want to get another throw in here. Bates, maybe. No free play. Let's go to Henderson. Oh, it's a great throw and catch. Beautiful. And outside of one more run for good measure. Look at, oh, Middlebrooks, dude. He's tall. I can't do it, though. We're going to run it. That would end the game. Speaking of Brooks to the 2. 34-10, and we're going to win this one with ease. Very convincing win as well. Outside of Rudd, who I don't even think it was in long-term injury, I don't believe we had any other significant ones. As we're going to clean up house, make that an easy win against a team that, you know, was standing in the way of our 2-peat, and now, of course, on our way to our 3-peat in a really close Super Bowl performance. Obviously setting the tone early with a lot of this pressure stuff. Definitely caused McCain to maybe hesitate a little more than he's used to. Defense was unbelievable in this game. Really just never gave up an inch. I know they had touchdown, but it was more of a prevent look kind of situation. Looking at the numbers, Drake May, the yards might not be great, but the touchdown pick ratio is amazing. Yards per attempt are great. The completion percentage is great. Rushing, Stevenson was on par for probably a pretty good game. Brooks finished out with a decent one. Receiving, you know, nothing crazy. Polk and Patton had some numbers. Everyone else, a little bit here and there. Defense, sack and a half for Uche, who was amazing. Middleton apparently ended up with a sack. Sack for Beasley and a half for Cobb. Picks for Gonzalez and Dial. And then, of course, Warmack with his 2 tackles for a loss. Fumble recovery, fumble force, touchdown of 70 yards was also very impressive. Kicking from Mr. Sly, 2 for 2 from 50+. Their kicker, unfortunately, got one blocked. And we are now moving on to 5-0 as we take on another divisional rival in the Buffalo Bills. But like we said, no long-term injuries, but I still think that Uche, regardless of Ojulari being injured or not, has worked his way into the starting lineup. So unless Rudd has like a a breakout game or something like that, he probably will go back to the old Uche Ojulari show, as Uche's definitely earned his way back onto the field, in my opinion. Not that he ever deserved to be off it. It was just more of a situation of dude's always injured, the ceiling's kind of reached, let's give someone else a chance and we'll rotate. But now I think it's pretty clear-cut. If we want to win another Super Bowl, Uche needs to be out there. Let's head on to Week 6 against those Bills. Still no breakout, but then again, we haven't really played our best football besides last week. Obviously, this last game was our best we've had all season long. Not that that's necessarily saying much either. Jaden Daniels and C.J. Stroud, two of the league's youngest quarterbacks, are the player of the weeks for the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, we have some corners as well. So very equal, very, very balanced, if you will. Garner, 1 pick for a touchdown. Snead, 3 interceptions. If not for Snead with his 3 interceptions, we would have definitely taken that award. As Garner, we would have had a recovery and a forced fumble with a touchdown, whereas Gardner just had a pick 6, no big deal, pick 6. 70-yard scoop and score fumble that you forced yourself. That's a bit more impressive, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the mock draft 1 real quick before we go into anything for this week's game. The Packers, as of right now, must be playing pretty poorly as they're the number 1 projected draft pick. The Bills, I don't know if that's their own pick or not because 2 and 3 seems to be a little bit, unless this mock draft came a week or 2 ago and they're only just showing us now, little high for 2 and 3, in my opinion. Middle linebacker, 4 overall to the Giants, according to them. Where do we rank in this thing early on? We are considered to be the 30th team. The Vikings and Dolphins. What do you mean? Are they undefeated? Am I missing something? Maybe they're undefeated. Where the hell are they? Oh, okay. I guess I see you. All right, top 2 teams by far in the AFC. 2 more wins than any other team, both in the same division, mind you. Very interesting. Okay. Injury report, I think Ojulari's got 2 weeks, so that bye week for once actually arriving in perfect time. Normally we get a guy that's like coming back the week the bye starts, so sure, in real life, I guess, it helps give him 1 more week, but yes, kind of a waste here. But the Bills, no injuries, not a surprise. No one else is injured. It's always just us. But let's take a look at that Bills roster. Can't imagine much would have changed, especially since they're still sort of struggling. 93 overall, so Drake May, absolutely clears Allen, but I'm not going to tell that to his face because he is still a bit more deadly on the scrambles, on the rollouts, on the runs. James Cook, he's, pretty good, very athletic, good at juking. Fullback's decent. Wide receivers, Keon Coleman always seems to have a big play against us. I don't know how, because once again, he's slow, but he is tall. Shakir, 82 overall. Michaels, 80 overall. Not a bad looking wide receiver room. Maybe you could use someone a little more dynamic, somebody that can actually stretch the field a little bit better, but again, Keon Coleman does that all well on his own. We're really bad against tight ends. Dalton Kincaid is one of those good tight ends. Very good at catching, solid route runner, pretty good release. 75 release for a tight end is basically like 85 plus for a wide receiver, maybe even higher in comparison. Left tackle, young, but not the best overall. Left guard, young, decent overall. Center, not young, but the highest overall we've seen. Stover, solid right guard. Right tackle, Weiner, 84 overall, their highest overall lineman. Rousseau, definitely not a lineman you want to mess with. Right end, Tyree Wilson has put up some numbers against us in the past. Ed Oliver and Roberts. Joey Roberts, a guy we actually were going to go for at one point. Really starting to develop into his own here. Super strong as well. Huge. Left outside linebacker, Chris Donald. Fast enough. Middle linebacker, Vereen, obviously the fastest of the bunch. And then right outside linebacker is probably the wrong guy. So Vereen should be paired up with Sinclair on the outside, if anything. Corners, Emerson and Reed are not the fastest, but they're talented. And then Junior Miller, probably their true number one corner, especially with that man rating. Free safety, Manning's a rookie with a lot of potential because of the speed. Strong safety, Cole Bishop, he's given us troubles in the past. Not the fastest, but at 6'2 and 88 zone, you got to be weary of where you're placing that ball. Kick power, Aubrey is their kicker. And then Sanchez, he's not bad, but his kick power is definitely dwindled. For the strategy, they don't seem to run the ball well. I can't really remember. They're very random. Like sometimes they'll just have a run spree, and then sometimes they'll just throw the ball a billion times. So we're going to say stop the short pass, kind of gives you the best of both worlds. And then their defense, about a middle of the pack defense, but then when you add the sacks and the points per game, you probably put them almost right in the top 10, especially with those 11, 12 ranks. So probably top 10-ish, which makes them a pretty damn good defense. Their passer rating allowance is actually not bad, though. So I'm going to trust that those corners who are not the most athletically gifted aren't going to be able to keep up with our very, very good route runners. We have a couple of big-time upgrades for our defenders. Trent Beasley going to find his way as an 85 overall. Would love to see him get a breakout. Huge upgrade there. 2 to block shed, 3 to zone coverage. Man coverage could use some work. So honestly, even though I love field general, it's not the best for getting man upgrades. So we probably will start going pass coverage because he is honestly great at everything else. Greedy McKenzie, both of these corners, very good man. Man-to-man has been solid for us, but I think when you already have 99 man pretty much, you might as well go with a zone coverage upgrade. Try to get that to 99 as well. 6 to tackling, 1 to zone coverage. That puts his tackling now at 79. That is really crazy of an upgrade, though. And then, of course, Roy Cobb, all of our defensive linemen are going to be getting speed rusher upgrades because it's just so good across the board. 3 to power move upgrades when going speed rusher. Like, what do you want from me? I'm not going to go power move even if I want a power move guy. It's a really good upgrade, and Cobb is really starting to get there a little bit. The numbers haven't necessarily followed, but the pressure's definitely been there without a doubt. Let's go up against these Bills and see if we can continue this undefeated season start. Home game for the Patriots. Drake May's touchdown to pick ratio definitely improves vastly after last week's 3 touchdown to 0 interception game. Yards still kind of on the lower end, but obviously over the last 2 seasons, really, we've been more of an efficiency team rather than a high-flying yardage team. And it's led to wins. That's all I can really say about that. We lead turnover differentials across the board for the most part every single season, and I think that's the best way to win. Putting up big yards and touchdowns are fun. Winning games, maybe a little bit more fun. I think we know what we're doing as we are looking for the league's first ever 3-peat Super Bowl. I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, it's pointing towards it because we look really good, but at the same time, I am not forcing anything. Whatever happens, if we lose 50-0, it happens. It genuinely is what's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, really, you look back at the last one, that fourth down in our own end zone catch by Patton changed, honestly, the course of history. It really did. He doesn't catch that. We lose that game. There is no two-peat. It's over, right? So, I mean, D. Patton, give the guy some credit. Of course, looking at Josh Allen, got to give that guy some credit too. 9 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1,300 yards. Always a chance for the Bills when he's out there. Although I will say they've definitely underperformed in recent years and kind of off to that similar type of start this season as Beasley gets picked up perfectly. And there goes Cook, who gains about 14 yards on the first run of the game. Got a couple of superstars out here, though, and Cook, who's a superstar, and Keon Coleman, who is a superstar. Got a little bit of motion. Beasley, get out there. Can't get through with the defensive tackles. There we go with Barmore. That can be picked, and it will be dropped by Warmack. Good job by their receiver playing defense there. That was a hell of a play for a linebacker. Warmack is unbelievable. It truly feels like a waste when he's near the line of scrimmage. That's why, I usually have him chasing somebody. That speed has got to be utilized almost every single down. Tight end on that. Out, and we can't get over there with Warmack. That's going to be an in for Michaels, who gets about 13 on the play. Gamble stepping up on the hook. Quick out. We struggle against those so mightily with tight ends, and Josh Allen with that throw power is going to get that there so quickly. You give them an inch, they're going to take it. It's going to be just so easy. Can we swap Warmack? We can. Oh, we're not going to get there. We recover, and there goes McKenzie. Not the best hands in the world. I worry. You got to return this. Oh, especially when you actually got room. Good job by Warmack. We can't get too much further because Josh Allen's got the grip of a champion. Sus as hell, but Greedy McKenzie with a 6'4 frame. Don't know why you test him. Don't get me wrong. Not a whole lot of success last week when they were testing Gonzalez either, or Dial, but McKenzie specifically is just not a guy he gives him an inch, but you need a mile against him. And here comes Drake May, a guy that we've already taken a look at the numbers for. Definitely an improvement last week. Going to try to do the same here. That pass rush is going to make things hard. I worry about one of those throw it while you're getting hit kind of situation where the ball just floats right to a defender. But we're going to try to get rid of that ball as quickly as possible if that pressure is on. First play of the game looking pretty damn good for the run, so outside of Vereen, that linebacker getting to us, which is exactly what happens. Feel like a really good lane there. Unfortunately, the guard's just not as fast as him. Pretty big play there, and just, unfortunately, leads to nothing. Got a couple of short out like type of plays, and there goes Faulkner, who gets about 4 or 5. I thought they were going to go to Douglas. Didn't. Still gains 5. I mean, he did, but he didn't. You know what I mean? This is not looking super great. Got that play action look. They come with the blitz, means Douglas on the zig is wide open. A couple of those types of routes now setting us free for a first down to the 50. Oh, they're going to give me no safety help. I got to give Faulkner a shot deep. Well, they handle it pretty well. Polk wide open, a little underthrown, but it's going to get there for 11. Like I said, I really don't respect this this team's speed at cornerback, and so far our offense looks pretty good in the pass game. Stevenson's got room as the DB plays shallow. Stevenson to the 7 on a big run to the outside. Huge blocking and a massive 30-plus yard gain. It's going to set us inside the 10 for a chance to score. And look at Stevenson go. Patton kind of high point. Maybe you take that shot. Might have had him, but let's go to Faulkner. Little underthrown. Once again, not really able to cut up field with that. Gains 4. Got ourselves stick. It's always a hit or miss look. Oh, we had him, but off the edge. Free goes Rousseau, sacked. Kind of a situation where we came off of our receivers a little too early, and multiple were open. Once again, just came off of them so early, and that is going to be picked off. That was a good try. To the 1 goes the Bills, though. I mean, it's an ill-advised throw. It's an unbelievable play by the linebacker, Donald, but tried to go with the timing route for the touchdown. Didn't happen. Chance to get more points, though, in theory, if you get the safety and then a touchdown on the punt drive. See if we can get there. We're going to run commit. And we are going to get him! Safety! Crash the inside. Their interior not strong enough. And we get 2 points. So we lose 1 point, but a chance at 9-10. Trenton Simpson, way too much speed and size to handle, and he just gets a free look Fullback misses him. Can't get out of there, and that will be a turnover. Sort of. But yeah, on that route that we got picked off on, the hope, the theory, is he... Wait, is that intentional? Oh, okay. It didn't hit the landing zone. Meaning we're at the 40. Okay, I didn't touch it. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to let this happen. I'm going to see what's happening here. Okay, I've kind of learned something here. But, yeah, the hope is that the guy takes the drag, doesn't take the drag, timing route, failure, but could once again lead to a bonus. And there goes Stevenson, who just is not going to have a chance. That ball's way too overthrown, but the pressure, once again, very quickly. But that's cool. I was wondering, I was like, that ball is a little shallow, isn't it? Do have a couple of outlooks, but I think Stevenson up the middle is going to have a chance. And he will. Fighting everyone for 7. Trap play, maybe set up a 4th and 1 situation. Stevenson's going to make that way better than 4th and 1. It's going to be 1st and 10. Patton on the comeback. I like him. I believe in him. Oh, that's a pretty good route and throw, and he catches it to the 30. We might have got a little too dramatic on that catch, but hey, you know what? He caught it. We missed Patton last week on this. Gained about 5 there when really there was never a chance to break a tackle last week. 3 for 74 and a touchdown. Had that big go route. Kind of broke the thing open and sealed the deal. I like post from Douglas. I wish he was a little bit of a bigger dude, though, because I feel like I could throw across that a little bit better. Oh, my. Off the edge. There goes Rousseau again, I think. Oh, my. I'm not saying I want to bench on Wenu, but, like, at what point is enough enough? I mean, that's instant. Like, how do you do anything about that? Can I get Stevenson in the backfield, though? Double team Rousseau. See if we can get some time on that deep in. Not going to have it. Drake May's going to have the edge. Huge run of 20-something. Could have even tacked on more for the late hit to the 8. One hell of a scoreline at the end of the first. 2-0. If this isn't peak football, I don't know what is, baby. Inside handoff. Is that Ed Oliver as a superstar as well? And Stevenson fights for about half of it. Going to try to round that edge if we can. Blackwell, is he good for it? And no one's good for it as the interior gets too much push. Backed up too. All right, another kind of timing look. Polk. See if they want to jump it or not. I really don't like it. Throw away. Blast it in the process. Gonna make it a 5-0 game. Bills defense is no joke, especially in the red zone. Bills finally back out on offense. I know that safety technically was their offensive drive. Huge hit. I don't even feel like we were in range for that. Good hit by Gamble. But yeah, one play in the last like 7 minutes. Good enough to make anyone just a little bit rusty, if you will. Good tackle. Cook gains 2. Edge look from Dial. Usually we don't. Well, I guess I wouldn't say usually we don't blitz him, but we don't blitz him all the time. Usually he's a guy that is covering. Stepped up, and Gonzalez knocks the ball out of the very sure-handed Keon Coleman. A little bit of taunting from Cobb. Okay, I don't know what you're doing there. You're going to get a penalty sooner or later with something like that. 3rd and 8, not blitzing, but we are man press, so if we can get some push. And he was under duress. Hits the throw, but Gamble with the tackle is going to make it 4th and inches. They're bringing bodies. We're bringing the heat. Run commit. And that will be a touchdown, unfortunately. I feel like you have to sell out for the run on 4th and inches, you know? I would love if our guys would at least on the boundary keep up with them. I'm not really exactly sure why a run commit means the corners commit. That's really stupid in my opinion, but sure. What a run commit should be is press man across the board and the linebackers maybe commit. I can allow the tight ends going free because the linebackers are committing, but not the corners. Like, that's just literally asking to lose, you know? But that's the way it is. Oh, my. Oh, my. 3 guys got in untouched. And then on top of it, Stevenson's injured again. I mean, this is, like, weekly at this rate. Good catch, please. Thank you. Faulkner sets up 5. Torn labrum from Stevenson means Brooks is the starter again. Yeah, I mean, he's just been more injury-prone as, you know, the end of his career is kind of dwindling here. There goes Polk. Really good catch. 1st down. Let's hurry up to the line and see if we can catch him off guard. I had a run-like look that I liked. Not going to be on this play, though. See if Douglas can get by the defense. Taking too long to develop. Throw away from Drake. The deeper looks just simply aren't there, no matter what kind of coverage they run. Little pre-snap. And we're in trouble again. I can't get that throw across. Best I can do is Douglas, who won't hold on. Seen Polk. Never in a million years are we hitting that throw. Kind of a double post look. That corner back over to Polk. And we're in trouble again. That's going to be picked off because Faulkner doesn't run through that cleanly. This Bills defensive line may single-handedly win them this game. Second pick of the day for the Buffalo defense. This time, Blackwell just gets put right on the ground. And we're in trouble. It's third down anyways. I feel like, where are we hiking this ball at? About the 50. Maybe not quite an arm punt, but 20-yard punt. Came off the foot sideways. But I don't know what you want there, you know. It's a punt, if not a pick anyways. Sure, the field position's a little bit better, but the drive's dead regardless. And outside, I don't know who we're tackling. Please. Good hit. Gains 2, but should have lost 2. So realistically, you know, those 2 yards belong to us. That's a gain of 4. Instead of 2nd and 12, it is 2nd and 8. Barmore. Outside, perfect throw. Don't finish the tackle. Doesn't really lead to much, though. This Bills defense, especially that D-line, unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're going to have to commit to the run game more. And McKenzie's a little beat. Thankfully, Gamble's there. I think that's a catch if Gamble's not. Believe that was Gamble that made the play there. A bit of a close call, if you ask me. Okay, he's on him. Run play, we're not out there. Oh, he went a little bit too wide there. Forced him back inside, did Rudd. Injury to the Bills' offensive lineman. Maybe we'll get in there a little bit better. I don't like press man. They've beat press quite a bit, but I do like a blitz. So we're hoping. Are we not covering that? Perfect coverage on that. And with that, it's going to be a coverage sack for Uche. He did have that underneath drag, but Collins was in position for that as well. We just saved the day with that. They're all bowing. We absolutely saved a first down there with Collins. Great play. Easily a first down, if not. There's multiple, maybe even a touchdown. It was like a crosser look or a deep in look. That's a touchdown. Safety helped us dramatically. Field goal puts it 5. Still down 2. Faulkner, quick look. Gets some decent blocks. Gains almost 20. We got Verts, Patton on the curl route. I don't feel as confidently about that as we did with Polk last week, especially when they're covering it. We're going to go quick throw to Brooks. Maybe a ill-advised throw. Let's hurry up to the line. See what our audible options are. Wheel route Faulkner. Go back to Brooks, who will get the first down. Call timeout. Don't get me wrong, I'm not aiming for a field goal here, but at the same time, the way our offense is played, that might be our ceiling. Screen pass, Brooks. Maybe ill-advised to not try and aim for the out-of-bounds line, but I wanted it all. Just completing the ball to our receivers this game has been a challenge, so getting any further than that is already a lot to ask for. And we're just going to take the shot to Patton as they go 0. This Bills team is literally fearless, as they should be. They've played well. Douglas gets a bunch. Nice fight. 1 timeout remaining to the 39. Corner strike. Streak from Douglas just to drag that safety, or corner, if you will, out of there. And maybe not going to do that. We'll throw it away. Don't want to throw to the running back there because that basically kills the drive, forces the field goal. Going elsewhere, I feel at least, you know, gives you a chance. And once again, not going to get it. Just not going to get the throw off. Sure, you could argue that we need to, you know, step into the pocket instead of stepping out, but that's still just ridiculous. That's a lot to ask for, but he can catch that. Can't get out of bounds, but it'll make it for, you know, we'll call timeout. Let's make for a better field goal, but I suppose we could at least look at a go route. Can I post? If I can post Brooks, maybe the safety gets out of the play. That's good enough for me. Patton. Ooh, that's a perfect throw. He's got to catch that. Either way, we'll take our field goal to hopefully give us the lead. I don't even want to see the incompletions from Drake May this game, but we've done what we could. I know we have those 2 interceptions on top of it. It's going to look like an awful game from him, but it's really nothing he could do. Call me crazy, but are they not in Hail Mary? Like 70 yards, I think Josh Allen's got the arm, but like really? They're actually going to take a Hail Mary shot. They do have some underneath looks. Yeah, and he's just going to stat pad, huh? Why not to the 49-yard line? It's a really close 8-7. I thought he was petting Dial's head, by the way. That was sus. Definitely not the first half we were hoping for, but we are in the lead, and we get ball at half. So, silver lining. Silver lining, if you will. Taking a break from our game to look across the league. The Dolphins, who are undefeated, at risk of dropping one to the Detroit Lions, who are now at a lead in halftime. Perfect game from Matthews. Damn near perfect game from Tua Tagovailoa as well. Jets versus Rams. The Jets, who have dropped a few lately, looking like they might drop another. The Rams, coming off of a really bad loss to us, winning 21-7 versus our rival, the Jets. Then some other games, kind of random. Commanders versus Steelers, both 3-3. Quarterbacks aren't playing badly, but their teams are 1-4 versus 2-3. Looking at the highlight plays, Stevenson with a huge run on the outside, but that's pretty much it, because once again, he would leave the game to injury. This time it's going to be a little bit more than 1 week. Thankfully, this is right before our bye week, so whatever that injury is going to entail, maybe 5 to 6 weeks, 1, maybe 2 weeks off of that from actually not missing games. Running the ball seems to be the smart call, so I guess we'll run inside. And then we are going to continue to defend the short pass anyways. Maybe we can be sprung free with a kick return or something, because I'll tell you, this offense has looked horrible. And Allen not even get barely past the 20 with the second effort to the 20 exactly. Going to go with stick. Hopefully he sits there. He will. Easy play to Faulkner, who gains about 9. Should be able to set up a very manageable 2nd-and-1 run. And they're going to bring some heat, but we're going to get a good amount of blocks. Can't quite cut that back for more. Would have been a huge gainer if he broke that tackle. A lot of players up to the line of scrimmage. I think this is where you throw the ball. And they're in pretty good coverage. Douglas, really good route, really good throw to the 44-yard line. Not afraid to throw the ball. It's just I'm afraid of the coverage that we've been seeing. The pass rush that they've been given, too. I thought he was going to cover in behind. Didn't see Douglas at all and just got lucky. Suppose it's easier to see what's in front of you than what's behind you. Might have just not seen it at all. And over the middle. Perfect throw to Patton. Juke moving all to the 20. Beautiful vision. Barely got that timing down. Right past the middle linebacker, Vereen, I believe it was. I mean, that was a close call. Almost even got to hand it off of the line. I mean, it was just perfect. Maybe had some safer options. Got us a couple of yards, but yeah, I wanted it all there, and thankfully it paid off. We'll take Polk underneath, who will gain a first down. Maybe more! Down to the 4. I really didn't think he was going to get much more than like 7 or 8, which is good, but almost got the touchdown. This is the type of drive we needed to the 4-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Brooks trying to punch it in. Nice cutback. Huge touchdown. Beautiful cut. Last second decided to bounce it out as there was more room. Great blocking, and Brooks will score. Goal line back. Definitely not going to hurt anybody there. As that cut to the left last second, giving me Shady McCoy vibes, if you will. Halfway through the third, and we're looking a lot better with that drive. Huge answer. Huge answer. Huge start to the second half. Little motions. Going to be the fake motion back. Test for man. Test succeeded. They gained 6. Such a luxury to be able to play this many linebackers and basically be in coverage. You got some really fast guys here. Compared to the Bills, who actually have kind of slow players. A little bit of contact. Trenton can't quite get there. Gives up the first. Not lack of speed or lack of talent, just a lack of commitment. Got to be on your guy there. Beasley manned up again. Oh, I thought we were going to get that. Dial gets beat by Shakir for a big first down at the 22. Dial in such good coverage this time actually outran the play. That was a chance at a pick. Uche with the pressure, I think, did enough to force that throw, and that's a bad play by Dial. I want to say this is predictable. I know they got the running back in the backfield, or the wide receiver in the backfield, but this looks like a run. It is not. We get blocked up by our own guy. Not that it matters. Huge drop by Michaels over the middle. A better throw would have been a touchdown. Should have been a first down nonetheless, and they blew it. That's a huge play. Let's make it count. 2nd and 10. Looking like some sort of out play, and it will be. One-on-one gamble does enough, but still to the 7 go the Bills. First down. Full-on man blitz time. Play the outs. That's kind of what their bread and butter has been. We'll stick middle. We're on the running back, but he's just a little too fast. That'll be a touchdown for Cook. I actually thought we played that pretty well, all things considered, but no, Cook is just too fast. The ball's on the money. 2-point conversion from the 2. Can't go with the run commit, but we'll be there anyways. Gamble one-on-one. Doesn't really make up for it, but does deny the tie. 2-point lead. Safety is holding strong. Please let Harper have a chance of this. I literally don't ask for much. Ooh, that actually had kind of a chance a little bit. Drake May's numbers are going to look horrible, but you know what? If we win the game, that's all that matters. Little lead block to the outside. Good job to take off the first edge rush tackle. Gets beamed by the linebacker. Gains nothing. Pretty bad blocking, if you ask me. Maybe should have stuck more to the middle there, though. We throw it to Douglas, who will cut up field for about the first down. Inches. I was going to get funky with it, but let's just run this ball left. Good job by Brooks to get as much yards as possible. And needed inches. Gained about another first down. Could have got a fresh set off of that one. Play action. Great route by Faulkner. The ball's terrible. The route's too clean to be missing. I'm just keeping it real. They're on the curl route. Faulkner wide open, though. Great block. Spin move by Faulkner. Gains the first. We love the shallow look. Patton is always a pretty dependable target on this. Can you get the blocking, though? That's the problem. And there he goes. Wide open. Gets a nice block. Tries to spin it all the way out for the touchdown. Can't quite, but to the 17, and Rousseau is injured. That is a massive injury for them. Didn't look looked a little worse than what he's kind of playing it off as right now, though. I was expecting a locker room visit with that, but no, he's fine. Might take a player or two off, though. Yeah, we're on the run game. Trying to pick up the blocks. Gains 3 to start the 4th. Touchdown would put us in a 2-possession lead situation. Got the outs, obviously running back inside. They got a blitz potentially coming. Yeah, oh, that could be picked. Oh, what a catch, Faulkner! That's why sometimes you just let it go. He's unbelievable. I have genuinely never seen that. I thought he was going to pick it. He looked like he's trying to maybe tip it back in for his own guy. And Faulkner says, thank you. Oh, that was beautiful. Huge play. He's going to make it a 3rd and 1 instead of a 3rd and 7. And we get some really good blocks, and Brooks will score number 2. Huge mistake by the DB on the Bills. And Brooks will be very glad to punch it in for us. Huge run to start this drive for the Bills. They need to have it. Got to have some sort of score here to keep this alive. Going to be another handoff. Oh my, what a truck. James Cook adding a wrinkle to his game. A little bit of a heavy wrinkle, but a wrinkle nonetheless. Is that another injury for us? Can't tell. Manned up on Keon. Oh, there goes a read option. Collins with a huge hit. Recovered by Gamble. Could score. Gamble, get on that high horse. He will. Josh Allen wanted too much, and he might have just cost them the game. I'm telling you, Collins has been more deadly with those hits, more consistent with his tackling than ever before. And he forces the game potential winner here with that hit on Josh Allen. The highlight plays are flying. They're genuinely flying. Stretch back left. Got to cut it inside. They are on it. Good effort. Will be a no-go. Of course, the Bills, when we're not out there, they definitely are moving. They are moving. Not going to run commit here from the 6. We can stop them without it. It's going to be a play action. Anyways, Josh Allen could run this. Warmack one-on-one. What a tackle. He's still going to gain a lot, but considering it's Josh Allen in the open field, what a play. Still argue the run commit's not worth it here. Beasley blows the play up. The offensive lineman helps him pretty much get back to the line, but this is valuable time now. Not going to blitz at all. I think this is going to be a straight-up pass. Can't get off the line, and that is going to be a wide-open Bills receiver. Keon Coleman going against Beasley. Beasley's actually faster, but still probably a more twitchy player as a wide receiver as Coleman, which will lead to an extra point to make this an 8-point game. Pretty quick drive by the Bills. Obviously, we tightened up a little bit there at the goal line, but Nonetheless, it's going to be a drive that'll keep them in it. 3-minute drive. Definitely the exact way they need to get back into this game. That ball is going to bounce, and we're just going to be nowhere to be found. I don't know where the hell Harper is. Where the hell actually is Harper? Am I crazy to think Patton? I guess so. Going to just take the shot to Faulkner. I just don't like the way their run looks defensively. We'll try to stretch, but I think they're just going to blow this up. And I guess they don't. Brooks, last second chip. I don't know who that was. Almost got the first. We have a screen pass queued up here, but I don't know if I really trust it. I don't think they're going to be on Brooks. I'm telling you. Good catch. What the hell was that? I tried to stop him dead with a back juke so we can cut back right, and he just, like, side back juked. I don't even know what that means. Brooks, right cutback. Gains 8. That's a huge run. First down definitely puts him in the spot. I really like this heavy look, but not only is Russo given a lot of push, but also, why would I hike it before the 2-minute warning? I really wish I could be more trusting of the read options, but I just simply can't. And there goes Brooks. Great juke move. There goes Brooks for a lot of yards. Blasted to the 35. Those types of juke moves have been kind of something I've been looking for from him. Huge play. Went with a pass play because I just like the throw more than the run. I don't care if he went out of bounds because that sets up a field goal almost guaranteed as long as you don't turn the ball over. At this point, it's probably run, run, run. Good juke move again, Brooks. The juke move is coming. Injury timeout, still a timeout nonetheless. They're going to not only need to stop, unless they force a fumble, they're going to need a blocked field goal. Oh, cut back from Brooks. First down. Game is over. Romello Brooks. What a day. 11 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. With the QB kneel for the win. Look at the calves of Allen, by the way. Is that a thing again? Is that a thing again? Why are they telling me to do anything but a kneel? Is there the mathematicians off a little bit today? Math is there to just kneel, bro. I was in between bud and brother, and I said bruh. I wonder if that's how that word ever came to be. Even though they don't sound anything alike. That's what happened to me just now, though. I want to see that score. It was like the Dolphins who were losing by, oh. All right, I guess we're the only remaining undefeated team, at least in the AFC. Would love to stat pad a field goal here for Sly, but we'll just be chill. He got a field goal this game anyways. Patriots win 28-20 over the Buffalo Bills. What a day. Let the guys cook. As we will continue in streak. For a moment there, it felt like the Bills were going to win that game, especially with we were playing in the past game, but Brooks, after Stevenson was injured, is really taken over, and obviously defense had its moments too. Really caused Josh Allen to make a couple of really big mistakes. And we will continue to be undefeated. Drake May, I mean, the yards are there this time, but unfortunately the casualty of that is more interceptions. Yards per attempt are down because we threw the ball away at least 8 times that game. Brooks was unbelievable. Stevenson was well on his way to having a great game himself. Broken tackles, James Cook had the most, but still, we had the better run game as a whole. Faulkner was definitely relied on a lot. Brooks had a couple of plays, Patton a couple of plays, Polk and Douglas a couple of plays. Nothing really going on the pass offense. On Wenu, a big part of the reason why we did struggle. Give up 2 sacks off the edge. I am really starting to worry about him. Uche with a sack, really doing well. Donald and Manny with picks, and McKenzie with a pick himself. Kicking was perfect from Sly, as usual. Best kicker in the league. And, of course, one new injury, Stevenson. How long? 4 weeks, so technically 2 games missed. Not the worst thing in the world with that bye week. And, yeah, a great game from Brooks. A little part of me's kind of mad that he's already an X-Factor because can't really get a breakout, you know? Can't have a game that just causes him to be a game changer from the breakout standpoint. At this point, he's just, you know, he's a dude. Is he also on our focus players list? Because if not, we definitely need to change that. 83 overall, can easily get to 85 for another ability slot, which would be great if he got like juke move or something. What is backyard halfback? Kind of like receiving stuff. Evasive's at 90, Bulldozer at 85, Armbar at 85, Jukebox at 85 though, and then Spin Cycle is available pretty much anytime it seems. Spin Cycle, Jukebox, one of those would be a lovely addition. Stevenson's injured, but because we already have so many running backs, we don't even need to add one. We still have 3 total with him out, and then of course the fullback if emergencies really became a problem. which means we're still, even though injuries are piling up a little bit, rearing and ready to go. Week 7, really clutch bye week. And then we face the Browns. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate continued support here on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PK Plays for non-Madden content. And once again, thanks for 100K subs. On our way to 200K in the year 2050. Regardless, hope we come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And once again, shout out to all the members of the channel. Appreciate you guys a ton. This would have actually probably, even though I'm recording this a little early, come out either day of or even after the members only rebuild. So check that out. Or if it hasn't come out yet, get ready for it to come out. Regardless though, appreciate all of you. And whether you're a member or not, appreciate you watching. See ya.